Hello, sleepyheads. Welcome back to my channel. How does it go? If you are new here, my name is Remy and I make ASMR videos. And for today's video, I'm getting back into soft speaking, which means I'll keep it pretty short because, as you know, soft speaking, for some reason, something to do with my anatomy or like my vocal technique, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong in terms of breath support, but something where I hold tension, something about soft speaking is harder for me than whispering, which is interesting because I've sometimes heard the opposite. For a lot of people, the opposite is true. But I know many of you love soft speaking, so I just want to at least try here and there to do it. So today, I just took my hair out, so it's a little Pollyanna-esque. We're getting there, we're getting warmed up. And the glue is still drying on my lashes because I'm getting ready to leave the house. Sorry, I had to cough. I'm getting ready to leave the house for my day, and I thought it'd be nice to tell you all a little bit about... Oh, my lighting was wrong. We'll see if I keep that beginning because I didn't even have my light really on me. I'm a little out of it. Let's try again in case I do want to just start fresh. But if I end up keeping this part of things, this segment, then you just get to hear my intro twice, which could be nice. So, hello, sleepyheads. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Remy and I make ASMR videos. And for today's video, I just wanted to come on and chat a little bit before I go out for my day and just tell you a little bit about what I have going on, what's on the docket, as my parents would say. So let me cough real quick because I always cough when I'm soft speaking. Okay. So, whoa, and the voice is gone. Okay. I just get so many frogs in my throat when I do soft speaking. I don't know why. So, today I am headed... Oh, that's my shoe. Today I'm headed to a meeting. I go to support group meetings about 6 days a week. I go every day if I can. In fact, there are some days I go to 2 meetings a day. So probably my average is 6 to 8, 5 to 8 meetings a week. Like if I have work, I may miss a meeting here and there. So I'm gonna go to my meeting. They've been so helpful. I'm going through a really hard time, and my best friend, floated to me that because it's going on 8 months that I've been struggling so much, she floated to me the idea of maybe getting on an SSRI just to get me over the hump, just as an added resource and added support during this time in my life. And I definitely am going to look into that. I'm a little daunted. I'm such a believer in like getting the help you need, and that for so many people, psychotropics, medications are lifesavers, and at the same time I was on, I believe, an SSRI as a kid, and I didn't have a negative experience. I'm not going to come on here and tell you some horror story. I was resistant to, not because people can't have their experiences, but I just think it's, I think I get frustrated when if it sometimes goes into disinformation territory, misinformation, which is it? I don't know. It's early in the day, so my brain is not fully online, but the bias or the fallacy, the thing that can be confusing is that people for whom these interventions work beautifully are often not on the internet talking about them. They're living their lives. Some people are very vocal about the way these things, that the help that these the help that medications in particular offer the help medications offer them, the help that medications can offer them, theirs are often, what was the point I was making? Yeah, people can sometimes be vocal about that, but I feel like the loudest voices in online spaces, the people going on forums, fora, and online fora, and discussion spaces, and having a lot to say, are often people having a hard time or having a negative experience. So that was my only asterisk when I was like, I'm not here to tell you a horror story. For me, my point was, I don't know how helpful that is, because we're not always aware of the, like, that kind of built-in bias of the fact that people who have success with whatever they're attempting, like, it's the same logic of someone who's trying to, like if you ask online, can a friendship be repaired after XYZ happens? The people who had the experience of things working out are often not online looking things up about it and still processing it in online spaces. They're off enjoying that friendship. So you're kind of stuck in a room with people for whom there wasn't success, or the process is ongoing, so you don't get those success stories as much. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a confirmation bias there. You're left in the room with people who are also still troubleshooting, or who are having a lot to get off their chests and process about negative experiences. And it's so important to hear everyone's experiences. You should not have to stay quiet if you've had a negative experience. I'm speaking more to the lack of balance, where you're not getting as much of a diversity of voices as you may think when you go online looking for community around certain questions. Some people don't need those spaces because they are, off living their lives and enjoying the fruits of their labors, because they probably did that work at some point, and they would be a great person to whom to speak about their experience and what worked for them. Anyway, just my 2 cents. You still get people who are passionate about circling back and helping others, who don't forget to kind of pay it forward. So I'm not saying there are no voices like that in online, like, self-help spaces and community spaces, but I think you get my point. So anyway, I just was resistant to SSRIs as a kid, or at least the one I was put on. I was on it for months and felt no difference. And then when I stopped cold turkey, which you're never, ever, ever, ever supposed to do. I don't know if you know about titrating up and down, but like being very careful about just dropping off a medication. You want to go off it gradually in increments. And I didn't. I was a teenager and I just went off all on my own all at once, and that also didn't have an effect, which is very lucky, but kind of confirmed for me that there was resistance. So anyway, but yeah, my friend was like, it may be time to look into that, and I was like, yeah, I would like that. I think that's a good point. So anyway, I should head out soon to my meeting, but what else? Oh, after my meeting, I'm going to go spend time with a friend for the full moon. Today is August 10th, so the full moon really started yesterday. But it's a Sunday, and we wanted to do something fun for the weekend. So we're gonna grill, I think. She messaged me and was like, how would you feel about grilling tomorrow? This was yesterday. We could get some vegan supplies and even do s'mores, and I love that idea. So I'm gonna go to hers and we're gonna do that, and then I have some stuff to do for work that I could do from home. I have some writing I'm trying to get back into. I'm starting to feel up for that again. I have videos to edit. And I have some kind of homework from my meetings, just as I continue to, they have a lot of helpful resources and suggestions, recommendations for how you can continue your work in the meetings independently, or I should say at home, because you still get a lot of support. Sorry. You still get a lot of support, even, there my voice goes. You still have a lot of support available to you, even outside the meetings. So, the point is, there's plenty for me to do. Plenty. I won't run out of things to do tonight, and I just need to remember that if I'm starting to feel bad, that there's always plenty to do, and also rest is an option. I just need to be intentional about what that looks like. Like, is it a nice slow walk around my neighborhood? Is it deciding on a movie I'm genuinely excited to watch, not just getting on the TV and flipping through, kind of lackadaisically. I always thought lackadaisically meant carefree, but I think I read it actually means more with a kind of indifferent or careless energy. So if I'm correct about that, so yeah, I don't want to be doing that. I want to be intentional, and I don't want to be scrolling on my phone. So yeah, just something to keep in mind, something I want to keep in mind. And I think that's it, and that's all for now. So that's everything for now. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I hope you get lots and lots of good REM sleep, and as always, I hope all your dreams are sweet, are sweet, are sweet.